Good morning, young ladies and young men. It is I, and you know I'm always trying to bring order to the nation, and I always have a little piece of advice for you young ladies and young men. Now, today we're going to be discussing inches, okay? I don't know what made God make a man so evidently measurable, if you know what I mean. But he chose to for whatever reason. Now, I don't know. He might have been saying, I know that y'all going to get out of hand, and I'm going to have to remind you all that it's not all that you think it is. Okay? Or he might have been saying, this will help neutralize those egos. Okay, I'm not sure. And with women, he didn't make us measurable. He didn't do that to us. It's not, we don't have that problem. We just, got what we got. But you all, however, some of you have, I don't know, I want to, maybe I should have talked about inches and centimeters, because some of you are measured with centimeters, and then some of you, we just have to deal with circumference measurement, because now some of you got little bitty buttons, little flat buttons that can't really be measured. Buttons, I guess something that a woman would probably have to just sit on, because it couldn't go inside, because it's just so flat. Little flat disc or buttons. And some of you got stuck with that. Now, I'm going to tell you why that happened to you. And I'm going to tell you also, young men, about the cure. Because whenever you all come up with a disorder, now I'm not talking about erectile dysfunction, because we know that ED is also a part of you all's psychophysiological errors. But why you running around here with a huge ego, think about ED, not ego, but ED. If you don't have it, you will have some form of it, brother. It's coming your way. So don't be so quick to grab those crouches now, because they're not all that you think they are. Now, when you grab those crouches, some of you grabs a fist filled with action, if you know what I mean. And then some of you just grab your zippers or your denim material because there's nothing there. Don't feel bad, because I told you I was going to tell you about a cure. Now, I used to work in the main OR. And sometimes I would get the opportunity to work with urology. And I have been in the room where they have installed, if I may, installed implants. Okay? Now, they bring in different sizes and ask the young men what size do they want. Okay? And the young men, men, they want the biggest thing they can see, but it's a lot to work with, because I'm going to tell you. Once they get that installed, they blow it up. They blow it up just to make sure it's working. It's working. And what happens, how young lady, when you got a man with an implant is, after you done been out all night, and y'all done been partying, and he done wined and dined and danced you and everything, and then you get home, and before you get in the bed, He want to do a little dance for you. That's not a dance, young lady. What he's doing is looking for that power button, okay? Because he knows to get that implant to inflate, he's got to push that button. Now, it's usually located either in the pubic area, under the armpit. It could be there. It could be in the thigh, somewhere down here in the thigh area. But what they do is they find a way to push that button. Pew! And when they push that button, all of a sudden, here comes a big rod, if you know what I mean. And that's an implant. The thing about the implants, you be sitting there saying, did he, is it going to throw up? Is he going to come? What really happened? Now, he might be able to give you some pain upon intruding upon intrusion or invasion of the kitty. He might be able to give you a little pain, but he can't give you no rain, if you know what I mean. It's not going to rain because implants don't rain. Now, boys, I'm not putting all your business out in the street. I'm just telling it like I know it. Now, I feel sorry for those young men who are running around out there upset, want to take their clothes off in the dark because they got a little bitty button. And it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. Really. Don't let that be a factor in making you think you a man, because a penis makes you male, but it don't make you a man. What makes you a man is your character. If you got a man's character, then you're not going to have no problem. If you know how to treat a young lady like a gentleman is supposed to treat a young lady, it don't even matter about the size of your penis. But most of you do the opposite. You got an attitude, you're running around here angry, and you want to beat the world up because you got a little bitty flat penis, a little button. I call you button boys. But if you a button boy, don't be mad at the world. Don't be mad at your mother or your father. God did that to you, and he did that to you for a reason. You got to search deep within yourself and find that quality that he gave you to make up for that lack of penis, because some of you are lacking it now. Some of you are lacking it. And those, you want to know how you lacking it? If you go to the bathroom and all you got to do is up-zip your pants without removing anything and you can piss, you a button boy. If you get you some nook and she got to sit on top of you because you can't get on top of her and get it in, you's a button boy. Okay? Now, the good thing about you button boys is you usually fumble around the outside of her body, so you're going to get an orgasmic result from that. Okay? That's the good thing about that. Now, you big boys get inside and you may get an orgasm or you may not. You cause a little pain and everything, but y'all not doing everything that y'all think y'all supposed to do either. Because I know some boys that is packing, as they say, and they don't have a clue as to what to do with it. Because they think, here I am. Well, it takes more than that. It takes work. You got to put that penis to work. I mean, it should be going like, what do they call that thing that drills in the ground? A sledgehammer or jackhammer? Jackhammer. You got to get down in there deep and get, but in a more milder approach, a romantic approach. So all you boys who running around here grabbing your crotches and thinking that you are a man because of the size of your penis, you're wrong. And all you boys is running around here thinking that I'll never be a man, I'm going to beat women up. I think that's why some of you boys beat up women, because you got little penises. You be running around here mad that she going to tell somebody. They don't tell it. They don't tell it. They don't tell it. And I'm going to tell you something else. This is the biggest myth in the world. There's nothing to make up for that. So you have to either go and get you an implant or live with the button. Find you a young lady who don't mind being touched by a button. Me, myself, though, there's nothing a button can do for me but turn me off. I don't mean no harm or nothing. And you know I'm older now, but God didn't have me running to too many buttons, because he already know it would have been embarrassing for the young man. Because if you think that it ain't the size of the ship but the motion of the ocean, you're wrong. It is always the size of the ship. Okay? Just give me a good old submarine anytime. A missile, submarine, something. But I know I don't want no little tugboat. I know that. And I definitely don't want no button. Now, young men, stop grabbing your crouches, and we won't put so many emphasis on those crouches. If you got a button and you can't live with it, go get yourself an implant. And if you packing, learn what to do with it. Now, you boys take care of yourself. I love y'all.